In late 1606, a group of men set sail from England with the mysterious New World as their destination. These brave settlers set the foundation for what would become the first successful English colony in the Americas.
In early 1606, King James gave the rights to the Virginia Company to attempt another settlement in the Americas. The Virginia Company was a group of wealthy men out of London who were looking to invest their money in a risky but potentially profitable venture.
Christopher Newport was given command of a fleet containing 3 ships and 144 men. On December 20th, 1606, Newport and 144 men left England with high hopes and expectations of Virginia. The settlers arrived on May 14th, 1607, and established Jamestown at the mouth of the James River, both of which were named after King James.
Along with Newport came a fearless leader, John Smith. Smith was looked down upon by his fellow colonists as being arrogant and one who liked to brag. Though he was not favored by the rest of the colonists, many believed that the colony could not have survived without his tough leadership and ambition.
When the English arrived, they befriended the local Indian tribe, the Powhatan Indians. The Indians helped the settlers at first, but like the experience of the Roanoke settlement, the English became too dependent on the Indian tribe.
It is here that Pocahontas met and married the Englishman John Rolfe. Contrary to popular belief, Pocahontas did not marry John Smith, though there are some conflicting theories about her role in Jamestown's history.
Jamestown struggled in its first years, going through a time in 1609 and 1610 referred to as the Starving Time, where more than half of the colonists died. Jamestown changed leadership multiple times and welcomed its first women in late 1608.
The settlement also went through a lot of fighting with the Indians after their relationship went bad. The conflict was so bad that they waged war against each other for an entire decade.
In 1624, King James dissolved the Virginia Company and proclaimed Jamestown a royal settlement, which it remained until the American Revolution.
The settlement was surrounded by a wooden fort that was triangular in shape, with its longest side measuring 140 feet, while the 2 shorter sides were 100 feet. The fort had 3 public houses, a church, a storehouse, and a guardhouse. Then there were individual houses built around the fort that could on average hold 6 to 8 men. The fort was built out of fear of the Spanish because the land that the English settled on had been previously claimed by Spain. Although an attack was anticipated, the Spanish never came as far north as the Jamestown settlement.
In one of the buildings we went in, we were able to see barrels that supplies would have arrived in from England, and dried tobacco hanging from the ceiling. Tobacco was the biggest success in Jamestown and was the only material that turned any real profit.
Though tobacco was profitable, it required a lot of land and a lot of work. At first the work was done by indentured servants who came from England to work for 7 to 10 years, then became free citizens. After they ran out of indentured servants, the first shipment of what would soon turn into slaves arrived.
Angolans, taken from a Portuguese ship, arrived in Jamestown in 1619. This was the first instance of buying humans to help do work. As Jamestown prospered, smaller settlements began branching off. Eventually, there were over 11 settlements in the nearby vicinity.
We really enjoyed our visit to the Jamestown settlement. It was really interesting to compare the French, Spanish, and English colonists' first settlements in the New World.
It's time to say goodbye. I hope you were able to get a taste of what life was like for the people living at this time in history. The struggles of the early settlers and the natives helped to shape our nation.